I hope you're not sick of me, but we have some great discussion here. Yes, India, the largest country in the world now. Literally more populous than China. I was very surprised to learn that. I remember that India was once the largest democracy, but now it is the largest country in the world. And I think, listen, consolation to you because, T-Series was the #1 YouTube channel. You were surpassed, but you lost that battle, but you won the war. You won the world. So this is amazing. I mean, India is such a huge market. It's booming. I think I read the creator economy drives over $350 billion annually in consumer spending. It is an enormous market, but it is also a fractured culture market. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Before we get into that, I wanted to give us opportunity to introduce our star on stage. Aditi, we have a little video that's going to introduce you so we can ease into this. This is Aditi's first time on stage, so make her feel comfortable. Yes, yes, she's already doing amazing. Such presence. Okay, so if we don't mind, can we roll that clip?
Hey guys, welcome back. This is ये नहीं लगाना था.
Okay, impressive. Very impressive. More than I even knew.
Thank you.
Aditi, can you welcome also, thank you, to the CreatorWeek stage here in Macau. Can you tell us a little bit about your story, your journey? So, not all of us might not know you intimately in terms of your fans, your rabid fans, but can you tell us a little bit about your journey as a content creator and how you ended up here on stage today?
Okay. Hi. So I'm an Indian content creator, and I'm Aditi Agrawal, aka Aditi. And I started my journey in 2017, basically for the YouTube, and it was a mix of a talent and the necessity to earn for myself and my family. So that's how I started, and I create a lot of DIY stuffs, art and craft, life hacks, lifestyle videos, unboxing, vlogs, challenges, and a lot more.
Where did you draw your inspiration? Like, was there a creator that inspired you, or how did you even know this was an opportunity in 2017?
No inspiration as such. I believe I am always a creative person since my childhood, and I believe everybody in their teenage age, we all love art and craft. So that was a hobby that converted into passion and then career.
What was your first DIY video that you did? Do you remember the subject? I'm sorry, I'm totally putting you on the spot right now, but do you remember what it was?
So it was a greeting card that I made for my friend.
A greeting card for a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So, I mean, I think that's great because everything starts with, a drive and a purpose. In 2017, you were doing longer form videos, or were you doing short form even then?
So shorts was not introduced that time.
Right.
Yeah, I was doing the long form, and we were doing really great at that time. But I was fortunate to grab the audience within 2-3 months.
Wow, okay. And then now you're signed to a gaming company, which is very interesting. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your company and why you're signing a DIY creator if you're the #1 gaming company in India?
Well, hi, my name is Akshat. I'm the co-founder of NODWIN, NODWIN Gaming. I founded it in 2014 with my co-founder. We started off being an esports gaming company. In India, agency became a little better, worked a little hard at it. We do about $100 million now. We are the third largest gaming and esports company in the world. We are in 22 countries, mostly emerging markets. So we are in Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, India, Mexico, Nigeria, Kenya, Uzbekistan, and India.
Wait, are you producing content? Are you managing talent, or what? Can you lay out the kind of picture?
We're a house of brands. Think of us like a tree. That's the best way to go ahead and do it. You'd not know us. You'd know we are Unilever in that example, but you'd know Surf Excel. So you'll know her. She's our star. She's managed by our talent agency, which is called Trinity. So
Right.
Trinity's, we acquired Trinity about a year ago. But we also own, if you like Counter-Strike, we run the Counter-Strike Major. In Budapest this year, we run PUBG Mobile, we run Honor of Kings. We also have the largest youth media show in the world called Playground. 400 million people watch it. So we're really a house of brands that goes and invests into strong IP, strong content. And we like something called timeshare of mindshare. And this is an important thing, which is that it's kind of sounded gimmicky first, but I think it's become very ethos for us. Timeshare of mindshare of the global youth is our driving North Star. So if young people are sitting at home and they're going to be spending some time on things, we care about that. We fundamentally care about that because they're in the parts of the world where we are, there are young people today and there'll be more young people tomorrow. Right? So it is about where they're spending their time. They can be spending, and then the adjacencies and the cross connections. So why a do-it-yourself content creator? Cosplay. Cosplay is extremely big in most parts of the world, right?
Yes.
And then cosplay becomes, so when you start do-it-yourself, you have a passion, you have time, you have, in most of Aditi's audience, you'll see that they're extremely open on time. So they pay with time. Not just money, they pay with time. They
Exactly.
will go ahead and invest a substantial amount of time. And the last session was talking about CPMs. CPMs don't matter today as of right now. For us, they'll matter in 2 years' time and 3 years' time. It's about audience. She started, in the first 3 months of her working, she basically got the audience, right? So the ability to use platforms to go ahead and get booster shots, very Starship, just go ahead, capture that market share, is extremely important because monetization is a causality that comes out of market share.
So how is it that you with a primary focus in gaming, how is it that you connected with Aditi, and how did this partnership come about?
Can I add on? So I believe a big gaming agency like a Trinity or NODWIN, they don't just manage the content type, they manage the massive audience base, and they manage the creator and the collaboration potential. So that is the thing.
But how did you guys connect for real?
Well, the short answer is my family used to watch Aditi's work, and they said, this is someone awesome. And then I was like, why doesn't someone from my team go get her?
Oh, so like social proof. Yeah, I understand that.
So
Word
it's
of mouth is still very strong.
So it's always nice. I have 2 daughters. And I also own another thing called, NODWIN owns a brand that most of you should know called Comic-Con. We own Comic-Con. We're not a licensee of Comic-Con. Right? So think what you go ahead and do at Comic-Con. Her fans are the biggest ones at Comic-Con. You give her fans a great audience. You get the audience more things to do. They come to our events, buy tickets. They go ahead and then look at our content. To us, if we have an IP that doesn't translate into 2 or 3 other items, it doesn't work.
Right. So a lot to unpack there. Before we get into that, Aditi, your earlier work was all, I would call it anonymous, right? It was just you doing DIY crafts from almost like your POV, looking at your faceless channel. And then you transitioned to very much a face channel, and I feel like I want to hear a little bit about the thought process there and what part in your sort of career trajectory you made the decision to turn the camera on yourself. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So when I started, I was doing just crafts. The video angle was tabletop. I was just recording the videos and just teaching the tutorials step by step. So people knew that there is an artist, but they didn't know the face behind that.
Just your hands, right?
Just the hands.
Yeah, and your voice, right? You narrated.
And the voice, yeah. But the turning point, I tell you, I was sitting next to a girl in a flight. She was watching my video. She didn't know the artist behind that video.
Were you just like,
Yeah.
Just put your hand
was
out
just
there
the
to see
hand.
if she'd recognize it.
Yeah, I asked her, do you know the artist behind this video? She was clueless. So that was the turning point. I was like, no, I have to build my brand now. And this is my brand, this is my goodwill.
So what changed for you when you made that decision in terms of your traction and performance?
It's a drastic change. So I shifted from paper craft to jewelry making and the bags making. So, when you do paper craft, you have to give all the measurements and everything. But when you do the jewelry making, and you have that thing that you can wear it and then come in front of the camera and then the audience knows you. So my audience grew. Like I started doing the face video, and within 3-4 videos, it clicked. The voice and the face, it clicked with the audience. And within 15 days from that day, my audience grew from 250K to 1 million within 15 days.
In what time period? 3 days?
15 days.
15 days?
And next 20 days, it went from 1 million to 2 million.
And you think that's just because you imbued your full personality into the video, yeah?
Yeah, I felt I'm beautiful to step out to the world.
Amazing. That's very inspiring. Let me ask you, now though, that you're an established creator, you produce your videos in Hindi, right? Does that limit you in terms of your audience reach in India? Because just a little side story, the reason why I'm here today is because I went to YouTube Fan Fest in 2016, which was produced by Branded, and that's how I met Jasper. And we had a great long friendship, and that's why I'm here today. When I was in India, I noticed, though, at the Fan Fest that India's an amalgamation of many different cultures, many different languages, and many different personalities. And although there might be some unifying South Asian elements, really, it's separated in terms of the cultures and certainly the language, right? So being a creator in Hindi, do you feel that that's limiting your reach to, let's say, Southern India or other places where they're not speaking Hindi?
So yes, we are planning and we are working on it. We believe that we have to go global, and for that we are working on a real dubbing, specifically for the Southeast Asia and Australia and then North America. So yes, the real dubbing would help. I think yes, that's our next plan.
So, Drew, I'll jump into this. The way to understand a lot of what's happening in India is it's like Southeast Asia. But in Southeast Asia, if you were in Thailand, you have a unifying homogeneous language called Thai. Same as Vietnam, same as Indonesia. Bahasa is going to be the big one that's going to be there. But the population that is in Indian states, which have a discrete language and a script. Remember, we have different scripts for our languages. It's not just a language, just like the languages in
like whole different
yeah,
alphabet.
I cannot read another language.
Like Hindi, Urdu, Tamil.
No.
Okay.
The Tamil script is a different script. The Telugu script is a different script. The Malayali script is a different script. The Punjabi script is a different script. The Hindi script is a different script, and you cannot tell the difference. You cannot. It's Russian
it's like a whole different.
Yeah, it's Russian and English. You can see some of the words that look like an N. It's not an N. Yeah. So if that's the definition of this thing called India, then you better treat, both as a marketer, as a content creator, and as an investor, each of those states as you would countries. So Tamil Nadu, which speaks Tamil, actually has the same population as France. And if you have a France strategy,
right, I'm saying it's such a huge country that even though it's fractured, each fracture is the size of a European country.
And more. So if you would have a French strategy for France, why wouldn't you have a Tamil strategy in India? Now, evolutionarily, you're not looking at that. You treat it as one currency, but even if you have euro as the currency of all of Europe, the Eurozone, you'd still have different strategies for different markets because of the nuance of culture, language, region, content creators. And we've seen this happen in any large heterogeneous market. So for her, for example, One of the advices which we have is she's phenomenal in the Hindi language, which is the north of India called Uttar Pradesh, which is a state that I think that state has a population of 200 million. I think
200 million, yeah.
and that's her core. But her adjacencies are another 100, 150 million. But her biggest audience is the expatriate Hindi-speaking audience in the world, which is another 300 million.
Now, is it simply a language issue, or is there also some cultural sensitivity in the content that you produce? I imagine that a lot of DIY content, unless it's topical, culturally topical, has universal appeal. So this might be an enormous unlock for you. Like, tell me a little bit about what you would have to do if you wanted to reach a larger Indian audience and then a global audience in terms of the type of content that you're producing.
So majorly it's the language barrier, definitely. But yes, we can work on like creating videos on DIY that depending on the raw materials that are globally accepted and available. Let's say cardstock, we can go back to doing paper crafts. So the cardstocks, the glues, they are easily available across the world. So we can do videos, like when we are producing videos for the global, we can do more of a paper craft, and language is the major barrier.
What tools are you looking at to help facilitate the language dubbing? Are you going to use a service? Are you using AI? Are you using built-in tools on the platform? How are you going to...
The real dubbing. The real dubbing.
Real way?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me a little more about that. It seems expensive.
Old school still works. I think, AI is...
Why are you not looking at AI options?
I think as a corporate we will, but as a creator she has the freedom to say no. And that's an important distinction you always want to go ahead and say. I think the development and the investment into technologies that go and make life of creators better and more valuable for the time that they have is an input that we need to go ahead and say, hey, you got this, you got this, you got this. But there are some creators who love AI and they'll be like, hey, I want to host my own LLM on my own Pi stack at home, and then I'm going to go do everything that I can go ahead and think of. And the other ones is like, I'm AI over my dead body.
Yeah.
Right? And that's fine too.
This is an interesting theme that's come up on the other sessions that I've been hosting about when the AI topic comes up. A lot of the focus is on output and results. But as a creator, you still need to have an internal creative motivation. So if you hand over the dubbing to AI, it does change the video too to make it work, like, with the mouth.
The lip sync doesn't match.
Yeah, that might not be what you want creatively as a creator to do.
It's not authentic self.
Right, we always talk about like what is the threat of AI to creators, but no one's ever thinking in terms of your creative process and your threat to you as a creator in your process, regardless of the output and the results and the massive audiences that you reach. It's not necessarily about creating volume and scale. It's about communicating whatever your original purpose is that sustains you, because if you don't have that, it becomes hollowed out and you get burned out, which is a big, huge issue for creators today. In terms of any other tools in analytics, what are you looking at in order to decide your next topics? How are you understanding feedback? What other tools are you using to interact with your fans and enhance that community that you're building one video at a time?
So there are so many trends and the festivals, the occasions going on. So my audience demands the same. If there is a LV bag in an auto rickshaw shape, it is viral. It is going viral.
Yeah.
My audience needs the cheaper version of it.
Yeah, I saw you had like the Met Gala.
Yeah. If any
DIYs.
celebrity is going in a Met Gala and they're wearing some fancy jewelry, my audience wants it, but in a cheaper version. So I recreate that. So it's my audience demand that I create.
There seems to be like some appeal to faceless channels because they're easier to distribute globally, right? Because you can dub it over easily. It's any kind of bias or appeal with how you look is sort of eliminated. You see other DIY things like the Soul Media Publishing does 5-minute crafts, which, I don't think it's very useful, but it's very entertaining. Do you think you're ever going to go back to turning the camera back onto your hands? No, I didn't think
never.
so.
Never.
And why is that?
Because your face is your identity.
She's an artist, not a business. And I love that about this,
Yeah.
right? So she's going to perform because she loves doing this. This is her jam, right? And she will do phenomenally well with the audiences. Her engagement rates will always be better than the cookie cutter outputs. And the cookie cutter outputs are great. You know, I own multiple other cookie cutter channels.
Yeah.
That's not going and saying which is there. But that's the volumetric play that you want to go ahead and do. That's some of the volume plays that exist. But art is art.
You know, for those brands and creators that want to unlock India, right? Any advice you have for them in terms of how do you approach that? If you're a creator that's not based in India, how can you tap this largest market in the world?
I think the feature that we have is probably a bug in most media plans. The more you think of India as this huge play, and you just go for the number of followers you have or number of this. We have a guy called Virat Kohli, right? I think he's one of the most followed people on planet Earth as such. And he doesn't post, right? He's one of the most followed people who doesn't post content as such. And then you see this across the board. Engagement rates trump everything. Everything.
Yeah.
If you're finding a creator, and a creator is something that your brand craves about, and this respect the creator, go after engagement rates. If you're in the media buying business and you're trying to find something cheaper than Google Ads, use the volumetric channels and just then go to Instagram. And then creators are not your friends, just the platform is. Just go to the platform, say, I want a reach campaign. And they'll probably give you the better reach campaign than anyone else. You talk directly to the creators because you want authenticity and you want engagement.
Yeah, you want it to stick. Absolutely. In the last minute that we have on this session, I want to talk about your future and where you want to go. Like, what are your aspirations? Are you doing anything more than just producing video? How are you diversifying your business? What's your dream? What's your vision? Is there a brand that you want to work with? You want to just manifest? Let's do this now. Like, what do you want to see happen with you in the next 5 to 10 years? Like, lay it out there. What's your vision? Anything you want to answer to that? What brand do you want to work with? Where do you want to work? What do you want to do? What's your goal? You want to hit a number? Tell me.
So right now, India is in a phase where the content-based IPs and the shows are doing really great. So we are planning to do the DIY show of ours. So that is the one thing, and definitely building our own brand, selling the raw materials and the antique pieces that we are creating. So yes, the shows, the business, we want to be everywhere.
Amazing. So Aditi, the crafter, who is the #1 DIY crafter in India, let's see you here next year, #1 DIY crafter in the world.
Oh, let's do this.
Let's do that. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.